I left my heart in San Francisco, while Vince McMahon and co. didn't bring their brains down the road to San Diego. Why was this show put together the way it was? I'll never know. Vince McMahon and Nick Khan are driving the fans totally insane with the weird promos and the repeated matches. Oh dear God, we're getting Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss and Lily for the Raw Women's Championship. We have a pay-per-view in exactly 1 month, and will it be extreme? Only if they don't play by the rules, hence the title Extreme Rules. What is this intro? I'll never know. Let's get on with the show. I'm John Rant with my review of WWE Raw. I have no idea what that intro was on about, but fuck it. Let's roll with the post-SummerSlam Raw in San Diego, California. Me, Padre, Sue Padre, the San Diego Padres are there, as well as the Chargers. Oh, no, wait, the Chargers are in LA. Everybody's leaving San Diego. Vince McMahon and co. had no idea what they were fucking doing here, and the talents were basically just going out and doing moves, cutting promos, and look, they were trying to have some cohesion here, despite the fact that Vince McMahon has basically just fucking given up. And if Nick Khan is to be believed, even though Nick Khan doesn't understand, he understands fuck and all about wrestling. He understands television, apparently. If they're not going to sell the company to NBC Universal or something, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But the rumors, heavy rumors, he wants to make Raw 4 hours. Good fucking luck getting any viewers to sit through 4 hours of Raw. Hell, they can barely get 2 million people to sit through 2 hours of Raw, and Raw is 3 hours. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments. I also promise to sing a lot worse in forthcoming reviews because I can't sing one goddamn bit. So anyway, yeah, they had recaps. So many goddamn recaps. Recaps of everything. Like, Goldberg, no selling the goddamn Kane shot from MVP until about 5 years too late. And Gage getting laid out. And all the other shit and everything. And Becky beating Bianca and that fucking bullshit and everything. And I'm going to rant plenty about that on the SmackDown review as long as they reference it. And let me tell you right now, they really fucked that shit up. Check out my SummerSlam review if you would like. So Lashley and MVP are here. And we got the recaps of the shit we literally saw 3 minutes ago. They have nothing for this fucking show. And that was evident as we continue to roll down a goddamn clip, Homer Simpson style. And then we got lifted up a little bit and then bonked. And that did not look like a bonk. I'm just going to move on from working the shaft off camera, as I always do, and tumble back down into the ravine. And my God, even though the crowd was into some of the stuff, they booed one particular person that fucking deserved it. And I'll get to that in a bit. They really had no goddamn idea what they were doing. So anyway, and I never have any idea what I'm doing, as anybody that has watched more than one of my videos would know. But MVP talks about how Lashley, what Lashley did, and how Goldberg looked amazing. In what fucking universe did he look amazing? I mean, I know what MVP was doing, but goddamn, Goldberg was winded. He couldn't do anything. I mean, he was badly selling his leg, or maybe he was selling his leg really goddamn well, and he had fallen and he can't get up because he, is at that age where that does happen to certain people. Not only can they not get up, some guys can't get it up. Moving on hastily away from this mental image that I just gave myself as he's going to try to spear and jackhammer himself. And then, his Goldberg's son Gage got involved and everything, got brutalized. Lashley had no idea who he was. Lashley there in his creamsicle-colored jacket. And, yeah, he had no idea that it was a wrestler's kid there. And I haven't seen a wrestler's kid get that brutalized since June 24, 2007. Moving hastily on from another mental image that I put in my head and in all of your heads. So here's Damian Priest. And, he says, oh, you're calling Goldberg a coward. Well, why are you calling him a coward? Maybe you're a coward. You're a coward. You're a meanie head, Lashley. But anyway, I like Priest. I like Lashley. It's a cool, fresh matchup. And he's here to aim his lengthy arrow right at Lashley's almighty. And we have a match, and he says, well, unless you're scared. I'm not a coward. I'm not scared. No, I'm going to fight you. I don't even know what I'm on about anymore. Fuck it. I'm just going to make fun of this goddamn show. Anyway, we get Lashley with MVP versus Damian Priest. So Lashley left to go change into his gear, and then make his entrance again. Lashley's entrance is really cool, but this reminded me of later WCW where they would have people appear and then they would have them make their entrance again. Why? No wonder they went through so much goddamn pyro and everything, because they kept having people make their entrances and wasting all the pyro and everything. And, whoo. So Lashley jump starts, and then Priest starts, pounding him and everything, and we're getting some good fisting action between two tall men or whatever, two muscular tall men, and usually have to go to a different kind of website to see that. Always delete your search history, and here's Sheamus to cause a DQ. Then here's Drew. Holla, 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 holla. Teddy Long makes a tag team match player, and Teddy Long hasn't even been employed by them for a while. Whew! Good God. Oh, yeah, by the way, Priest and Sheamus almost fought off into the crowd. Lashley got slammed into the announcer's table. So watch them try to have Drew face Lashley for one final shot, because we just can't be done with this feud. And I love Drew. I want to see Drew continue to be featured properly, because Drew is a star. He has earned it. He did a great job during the pandemic, and he got to have a WWE Championship match, in front of people at Mania, and that was great. The problem is you need to give Lashley better opponents. And unfortunately, what I think is going to happen is they're going to have Goldberg beat Lashley in the Saudi Arabia show, which is exactly what we don't fucking need. One, we don't need the Saudi Arabia shows anymore. Nothing against anybody that is watching from Saudi Arabia. Nothing against you guys. They're not good shows. The vast majority of people don't end up going. You have cases running rampant and everything, because we're a year and a half into this fucking thing, and things are getting better in some areas and then not getting better in some areas, because some people are fucking idiots. Oh, hi, Sasha. You goddamn blue-haired anti-vax idiot. But anyway, yeah, it's a tag match, by the way. Let's go back to a tag match here. This it went on for a while because they have nothing for this show. Priest got targeted repeatedly. A Priest getting targeted by two dominant men. Ooh, Lashley and Sheamus. My Irish cream fantasy has come true. I'm just going to have a whole lot of fun. Just stop thinking about it. You know who you are. I know you're thinking about it. So Drew gets a hot tag, but then later gets hit with white noise off the top. But oh no, just for two. And then Lashley eventually leaves because he says, I'm taking myself and going home. MVP, come with me. Okay. Should I bring the cane? Nah. But anyway, Claymore for three. Drew giving it to Sheamus repeatedly in the face, and that's it. Scotland beats Ireland again. That was a terrible accent. And then Sarah interviews Piper. Let me just say right now, Sarah Schreiber, fucking beautiful. Piper deserves so much better. She says she made a mistake associating with Eva Marie. You think she embraces a stupid name, so why don't you just send her home? Send her home with pay for a year. Seriously. What the fuck? Why is she doing this? It's a stupid name. It's like the Shorty G thing. Nothing actually could really have torpedoed Chad Gable's career at that point. And now they've given him Majin Buu, and he can't do anything with that because he isn't achieving his final form, because he isn't even able to achieve a form of anything more interesting than looking like a Majin Buu ripoff in a singlet. So anyway, this review's all over the place. Eva attacks her because we just cannot fucking have this feud, just die a slow, painful death. She calls her a bitch, and this match is going to actually happen next week. So, yes, what in the Lord Humongous was Karrion Kross wearing? Funny that Karrion Kross is friends with Drake Wuertz and is anti-mask idiot, and he's having to wear a mask. Ha 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 ha. Karrion Kross really has become Mark Merrow 2.0, which is unfair because Mark Merrow actually had charisma, and granted, Scarlett is better than Sable. Then again, I've shat things out that were better for the wrestling business than Sable. But anyway, yeah, he was dressed like Lord Humongous, like a knockoff Lord Humongous. Kross, regardless of how I feel about him, Kross's talent is not going to carry him very far. He's dead. He's dead in the water. He's going to be wrestling and jobbing on main event very, very soon, because you know what? Why the fuck not? If him and Scarlett last beyond another year before they cut Karrion Kross and just keep Scarlett, because why the fuck wouldn't they? Because Vince McMahon just loves his bucks and blondes. That's what I think's going to happen. But yeah, Lord Humongous Kross. That's really, Lord Crossmungus. Give me some names. Give me some variations of Karrion Kross and Lord Humongous in the comments. Mash them up. Have some fun. So anyway, it's in deep and tight for the win. Talking about the Cross jacket. So anyway, recaps of the Big E Corbin stuff. And then Logan Paul was also there and got booed, and this was just footage of him. And then Logan Paul's talking to the Viking Raiders that we never saw, and that's just as well, because I pretty much never want to see the Viking Raiders on my television screen again, because even though they're talented, the whole Viking Raiders motif, the goofiness, and the fact that feud with the Street Profits set wrestling back 10 fucking years was fucking embarrassing. I don't want to see them get any wins on television anymore. They don't fucking deserve it. I miss War Machine. Why couldn't we have had War Machine? Anyway. Whew. So Sheamus was mad backstage at Lashley, and they're going to have a match next week. Again, my Irish Cream fantasy is on screen again. Moist TV, cool. Why is this happening? Logan Paul got there. I'm just going to say this much. I'm embarrassed that the Paul family ever got created. If there was a way to go back in time and prevent the Paul family from ever being created, but then again, I don't know how the family tree would grow at all or branch out because it's a straight line with no branches. Are all inbred fucking freaks. Logan Paul deserves every bit of ridicule that he gets. People are like, oh, it was years ago. It was years ago. Here's the thing. Saying a racial slur growing from it, saying a homophobic slur growing from it, saying something like that, and growing and realizing that you did something stupid when you were young, okay. He filmed dead bodies in that Japanese forest. So no, that's unforgivable. He's also said a whole bunch of other stuff. And his brother Jake Paul, I guess, is fighting somebody. And I honestly hope, I would hope that the guy gets brain damage. But here's the thing. Neither of the Paul brothers have brains. So there's nothing to damage. But I would certainly not be opposed to seeing him get the shit beat out of him. Have the parents there and point at the mother and say, you gave birth to these pieces of shit. You didn't practice what you should have. And now we got to deal with them. So you deserve to be shamed. And yeah, I'm going to fucking say that. I don't even know the parents. The parents could be, you know, in 6 feet underground for all I care. I want to. Wait, no, those are the sneaker pimps. I'm sorry. I confuse that. I don't like either of the Paul brothers, and I will continue to shame Logan Paul until he hopefully rots away horribly. That's slowly, horribly, and maybe they can put it on pay-per-view, and we can knock off the half the federal deficit right there, because we would want to fucking see that. So anyway, he got booed heavily. I mean, really heavily. By the way, he said a line, guys, girls, any species. Why don't you just fucking you see that shirt? Look at that shirt back there. I mean, not that Logan Paul could read that. I mean, he's not capable of reading, and none of his fans are capable of reading. I'm sorry if you're a fan of Logan Paul or Jake Paul, but I don't get it. Because everybody has skeletons in their fucking closet. I really need to steam clean mine because it gets very rotted. But the whole point is everybody has said shit. I've said shit in the past. I continue to say bad shit. But guess what? There's a certain line, and he crossed a whole lot of lines, and he deserves every bit of ridicule once again. So, moving on from that. This is abhorrent television, by the way. Miz shows up because he's all upset. Wait a second. You didn't introduce me. I'm his favorite wrestler and that kind of stuff. Actually, I like the New Day. Oh, fuck you, Logan. Fuck you. Kevin Owens should have stunned him a whole lot harder. Anyway. But Kevin Owens is a professional. So this was abhorrent television. It dissolves it. What was the point of this? Genuine question. What was the point? His whole appearance, with Sami Zayn and all that shit, did not lead to anything big as far as a groundswell of support. He wasn't needed for WrestleMania. He wasn't needed in general. They didn't really get a ton of, good attention. A lot of people were, all upset. Because, again, he filmed bodies hanging in a Japanese forest. Yes, that Japanese forest, in case you're unfamiliar. And I will harp on that until he goes away for good. And if he ever reproduces, I hope his kids grow up to be better people than them. Or than he was. But fucking goddamn, if he's allowed to reproduce, this world deserves to just blow up Interstellar style. So, anyway. Yeah, guys, girls, any species. Logan, you can go to hell. Your parents can go to hell. Everybody that you know can go to hell. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, Miz and Morrison decided to fight. Just fight a whole bunch. Because why the fuck not? I mean, because this whole Moist TV, Miz TV thing is ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Elias is dead. Long live the king. Oh, wait, we find out later. Because the Tombstone's there. The comedian that plays Tombstone. Hey, Xavier took on Miz with Morrison. Why is this happening? Is this all because Xavier tag teamed a couple guys and sprayed them all over their backs? Giggity. If you get it, you get it. I'm fucking leaving. So anyway, Miz did try, and Miz actually can do some good stuff. I will say that. Woods is very good in the ring. I just didn't care about, where's Kofi? Is Kofi okay? I hope he is. If he's gained some time off and spending some time with his family, hopefully that's it. If he's injured or whatever, I hope he recovers. But anyway, they did some slip and slide action. And Miz slips and slides into the steps. And then we get Xavier doing some stuff, and we get the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling surprise world because Morrison fucked up 1, 2, 3. And then we're getting some dripstick action. They pump it, and then Miz attacks Morrison, much like it was 2009, which is about where the ratings should be. But, oh, that's right, Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and everybody involved don't care about the ratings any goddamn more because they have more money than a few federal governments that is put together. But it is what it is. So, I never thought I'd see this, Corey said. It literally happened in 2009. I mean, come on, Corey. I know that your concussed widow brain got to the point where, you decided to abandon the mother of your 3 children and go with a burnt piece of beef jerky, but come on, you should actually have a long-standing memory about that, even though you were a failed wrestler and a CM Punk wannabe. So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, Miz beats up John Morrison. Neither means anything. Rhea is then, arriving. I still want Rhea. I need Rhea to step on me. Moving on. And Nikki Ash decides to say, I'm almost a superhero. Why don't you join me? Join me or die. Wait, no, that's Queen of the Damned. And we're not on a plane leaving the Bahamas. Anyway, so they decide to become a team and face Nia and Shayna. For reasons. Why not? Anyway, Reggie was at the park. He got some ice cream and tricked Truth and Tozawa, who were still in the same outfits they were last week, with some ice cream, jumped on the ice cream truck with, I think, a conveniently placed trampoline, but I'm not sure. I actually think it was some kind of trampoline, but still, the guy has some hops, literally. And says, ice cream, man, I need a lift. And there we go. I mean, I don't mind Reggie, and Truth can be entertained. Tozawa's certainly talented, but the 24/7 thing is shit. Riddle then is in a snake print thing with pink trim. And Orton says about the celebration, don't do anything stupid. Riddle, would I do anything stupid? Well, there was that one time, then that other time, and that time you opened your mouth. But anyway, the phrasing. Jinder with his goons, Shanky and Beer were veering in a whole different direction because we have Mansoor with Ali. And man, the jokes I could fucking make, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to launch those jokes anywhere. Mansoor told Ali in a pre-tape, please don't interfere. So Jinder got upset at Mansoor a few minutes into the match and kicked the shit out of him in the corner. And Mansoor's looking up at the spotlight, but he gets the win because he had a 5 count and Jinder got DQ'd. Why? Fuck if I know. And Ali's like, we should do things my way. If he sang it like that, I would have loved it. So Priest is then talking to Drew. He thanks him for helping him, during the opening segment or match. He's living his dream. Drew says that basically he invited him out for drinks later, and the drinks are on the first round is on Priest. And also Priest is, I think we're going to get Priest and Drew possibly for the U.S. Championship, which if so, I'm actually all for that because I think that would be a fresh match. And it would get Drew away from Lashley. Maybe Sheamus and Lashley could pay. I don't know. So anyway, Charlotte has earned, every right to call herself a 12-time world champion. Okay, she has not earned the right, and I want to say right now, this has nothing to do with Charlotte as a person. I'm not saying that Charlotte isn't talented. I'm not saying that Charlotte can't cut a convincing promo when she wants to. I'm just saying she hasn't really cut much of any of that in the last 3.5 years. Now, her versus Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank was one of my favorite matches of the year. It was goddamn good. The pace was good. And Charlotte, at times, is really good. But here's the thing. I'm fucking sick of it. And I don't care if this fucking offends anybody. I'm goddamn sick of Charlotte. And whenever Charlotte retires, which is hopefully fucking soon, then we won't have to worry about this freaking nepotism project over here. Maybe Andrade could nut with his El Idolo, and then we wouldn't have to worry about Miss Charlotte anymore. And maybe other people could get new opportunities. Maybe we could have fresh faces and everything. She's still talking. She's like, I don't have enough fingers to count, all the titles that I've won. You only deserve 1 finger, Charlotte. Anyway, I don't need family. A shot at Rick because he asked for his release. But you know what? If Rick wants to go get money somewhere else, that's fine. Pyro, why is she still talking? Genuine question. This is taking forever. And then Alexa's music hit. Okay, when I said that I wanted other people to challenge her, this is not what I meant, even though I knew it was going to happen. Watch them give the championship to Lily. Lily and I just want to say hi. For fuck's sake, I don't need Alexa as champion again. We're going to get it, unfortunately, which I don't want. Whatever. Whatever at this point. The women's divisions in general are a fucking dumpster fire. They need to freshen things up by they brought up Dakota Kai. Toni Storm apparently has just vanished into thin air. Sasha has decided to not take the shot and not take the stab, so she's off of television for a while. And Ember Moon, why not bring Ember Moon back up? Do something. Naomi, where the fuck is Naomi? Why isn't Naomi being featured? Goddamn, have Naomi challenge Charlotte. Maybe have a black person get something over on a Flair for once. Do something. Fuck. But no, Alexa and Lily are going to become, they will become the Raw Women's Champion. Shayna then knocks Nia for picking Charlotte as a tag partner, but Nia says, I wanted a shot at the Raw Women's Championship, and then she screwed me over. Nia is not a very smart person. She's also not a good wrestler. Thanks, Rock the Dwayne Johnson, for bringing this goddamn sack of shit that you're related to into wrestling. I will never forgive you, and I will also never forgive you for doing the fucking Tooth Fairy. The actual Tooth Fairy, not the fucking Tooth Fairy could have been in the R-rated version of Darkness Falls. This is getting weird. Let's move on. But they're going to team up against Rhea and Nikki Ash. Elias is dead. Long live Elias. That makes no goddamn sense. He is in a hat like apparently he is Malibu Elias. But he's got a new hat. I want. Or he's going to become a plantation worker. Apparently working with Riker has really affected his brain. 12 years in Elias. Anyway, so we get Rhea and Nikki Ash versus Shayna and Nia's hair co-starring Nia Jax. And apparently Nia was from San Diego. This explains a lot. I don't know what it explains, but it explains a lot of it. Nia's not good. Nia does not deserve to be in wrestling because she's not any good. And look, regardless of how she is as a person, though, apparently she has a superior immune system, so she didn't want to take the shot. You fucking goddamn bitch. Nothing's getting through your goddamn thick Pam Grier wannabe hair. So anyway, Nikki's attacking and everything, but then she gets laid out. Nia accidentally kicks Shayna later. Rhea and Shayna go at it. Remember when this match actually meant something about, just under 2 years ago, and Rhea beat Shayna? It was a really big pop and everything, then they kind of fucked all that up? Yeah, now look where they both are. Rhea looks great, and Shayna means absolutely nothing, even though Shayna is very, very good. Riptide, 1, 2, 3. Recaps of Miz and Morrison breaking up, and then Morrison says he wants Miz next week. Let's move on to the rest of this goddamn show. Riddle has a celebration. It's an arcade broation. Whatever, that sounds like a weird carnation. So he gives him a scooter. Riddle's endlessly fascinated with how a scooter works, and he doesn't understand how it works, which I believe. I actually believe that. Styles and Omos show up. Why is this feud still going? And Riddle said, I'm going to defeat you with the 3 most devastating letters in all of professional wrestling, or in all of sports entertainment. RK Bro. That's 5 letters. Riddle can't count, just like he can't figure out how no means no. So anyway, next week is Lashley versus Sheamus. Eva versus Piper, because that's her name, and Miz versus Morrison. And Styles versus Riddle, again, well wrestled, didn't care, seen it way too many fucking times, crowd was into it, well wrestled, again, didn't fucking care. Almost attacks Orton, and then later Orton uses a scooter and just pokes him, get away from my friend, buddy. That doesn't look like he's poking him. Anyway, Bro Derek, 1, 2, 3, and then RKO on Styles afterwards. Okay, that's it. Seriously, what the fuck? Goddamn, might as well have some fun jokes here and everything. That was a fun rant. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.